Right, I am ready. Ready as I'm gonna be. Oh, okay. Oh. Alright. Hello everybody. It looks like the game isn't scaled properly, but yeah, hello everybody. This is Rise of the Tomb Raider. I kind of jumped in. But there was some hold up. I was waiting for my co-commentator, but it seems like he overslept, so I'll have to do this on my own. Unless Bunny, if you wanna join in, if you're up for it, then maybe you could help out, because Genesis seems to be asleep. Other than that, I'm ready to start. I'm just maybe Bunny. Can you save me? Sorry for this. Oh, you're at work. Damn it. Well, alright, I'll just go then. So should I call when I start the timer? Okay, I'll just start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is Rise of the Tomb Raider, as you probably all know. We run this game in German. You can see that all the UI is in English because there's a separate setting for the UI language and the spoken language. The reason why we run in German is just because it's slightly faster. It's not actually the dialogue language that is faster, it's kind of weird, it's hard to explain, but there's some animations that are faster in different languages. It doesn't really make sense, but we just accepted it the way it is. Yeah, besides that, there's not much going on for the first minute, but I'll do something interesting in a few seconds. Alright, so here we immediately decide that we rather want to rage quit and restart the run. No, of course we don't. We just quit out to the menu because that makes this skip a lot easier. Oh, damn, wow, the timing was really off there, but it's fine. I can just quit to the menu again and retry. And this time I should be able to hit the timing. The timing for this varies quite a bit, and you have to hit it in a rather tight time window. I don't really know why the timing varies. Yeah, thank you, Lara. So, yeah. Right there I just kind of walked on air. So the reason, we don't really know why it works, but if you let go of a ledge whilst the game is still loading in, the game doesn't really know what to do, and it does that. Currently I'm out of bounds and I'm just traversing this area. I'm climbing this mountain and I'm trying to hit a few low triggers along the way. Let's get up here. Let's hope I don't mess this up. This would be a bit... Oh god, now I jinxed it. Get ready for failure, everybody. Looks fine. I'll just take a bit more care than usual here. We're fine, okay. And the game didn't crash. So right there, when you drop down right there, it is relatively common for the game to just crash. It is actually so common that we decided to make a rule that you're allowed to pause the timer if it does crash. So that's not a run over, because you actually get a checkpoint right there. It's just something that happens. This game kind of likes to crash every now and then. There's also some places later where it might crash. And if that does happen, then it's just... It'll take a minute until the game is restarted, but it's fine. I would still up for a co-commentator, Bunny. So You see who you can dig up. Alright, thank you, Ronnie. Right here the game really wants you to grab that ledge, but if you just drop down and grab this wall, then you're also fine. But yeah, I just want to point out if anything goes wrong in this run, I'm just gonna. Oh no, wait, he just messaged me. 1 sec, I'll get my co-commentator in here. I'll give him the. Where's the invite link to the? God damn it! I don't have an invite link for this. I'll just go into a direct call with him. 1 second. Yeah. I'm sorry if his audio isn't quite balanced right now. I'll get back to the game. Hello, Genesis. I said hello. And before that I said I'm sorry if your audio isn't balanced because we didn't have time to balance it. If his audio is off, please tell me. I'm gonna adjust it. No problem, dude. Oh. Typical clocks, always running faster when you just want to. Alright. Actually, how do we do this? Can you, Rico, can you give me the direct streaming link so I can give it to Genesis, so he has less delay? I'm sorry. They like currently you can watch at the Twitch stream, but there's a link with less delay. I didn't prepare it because I wasn't expecting you to be around, but it's fine. Do you have the link to the Twitch? Oh, wait. He makes messages to me. I'll give you the direct link. Wait, that's the direct link. Oh, sorry everybody. Just minor technical difficulties. It's all right. No Genesis audio. Oh crap! I forgot that I. 1 second. I'll have this fixed in no time. Unhide all. Let's. No wait. I can adjust this here. I forgot that I have the voice set to output to a different device, but that's. There we go. Now it should be fixed. I hope. Can you say something?
Let's hope.
Oh.
Is it indeed fixed?
I don't know. I need to wait for a response from Twitch chat.
I should not have tried to sleep in. I should have just gotten up. I would have actually been here half an hour early like we intended.
Alright, right here I do a bit of. Let's get back to the actual commentary. Do you have the stream open?
Yes.
Alright, let's get back to the commentary.
I'm so sorry.
So right here there's a small skip. There was actually no skips going on there, so it's fine. Right here there's a small skip. There's a cutscene trigger in the air there, but if you stall your jump a little, you can avoid it. And right here there's some small jumps to cut a few corners here.
Yeah.
Nothing major.
About the cutscene trigger, the devs put it high up in the air because the intention is for you to jump into it. So we managed to go underneath it by stalling in the air, and we cut it really close, but we still managed to at least go underneath it barely. And then
All right.
Scorpion.
Can you maybe look at the Twitch chat for me?
Oh, I should probably have that page open.
That way I'll be less distracted, hopefully.
Yes, let me do that really quick. Let me open that.
All right, thank you.
And make sure it's muted. Right. Sorry for my voice. I woke up like 5 minutes ago.
So right here we reload checkpoint to skip the animation of Lara. Damn it! The animation of Lara standing up. Also, what you saw right there is a double input. For some reason, if you open the pause menu and you input too quickly or something like that, it just does a double input. Also, right here I will use this trap to get out of bounds and avoid this next area. This might actually be the tightest out of bounds, because there's water right here, and you can kind of see that it looks like the water extends very far to the right, but there's actually very little space here to work with. If I go a bit to the right now, I would actually fall into the abyss, which is not what I want. But
yeah, the width of the water is just barely larger than Lara's size that we have access to on the side. It's very tight.
And then right here I have to reload checkpoint again because I skipped a few triggers along the way, and otherwise the game wouldn't be working properly. Right here there's a possibility I can get a boosted jump. And I got it. Ah. Damn it. Oh wow, come on, game. Be nice. There we go. So yeah, this is supposed to be a surface that Lara just slides off of, but if you use the melee animation, you can kind of walk up it, and we use that to skip a puzzle that you're supposed to solve in the area down there.
There's a very tedious water puzzle that involves raising the level twice and climbing around, and so it takes a bunch of time because you also have to wait for the water level to rise.
It takes ages.
It's just very nice.
Right here you can do a few obviously intended climbs to skip this water puzzle as well. And now
what AX climbing is, right?
It's fine. I guess you can explain it.
So pretty much on some surfaces, if you use the X climb button, Lara will for some reason actually land on the surface, even if the devs don't intend it to. And we can chain them together in order to gain a bunch of additional height on surfaces that we shouldn't be able to.
And so right here there's some obviously intended platforming you can do to get to the end of this escape more quickly. That went really well. So during this escape sequence, you're actually on a timer, and if you don't move for too long, then a rock will fall down and hit Lara in the head, and she'll die. And when you do that unintended bit of jumps that I just did, the game actually thinks that you're not progressing because you don't hit the triggers that are along the path. So you're on a really tight timer, and if you don't make it really quickly, then you actually just die. So that not only is there some really tight platforming, you also have to do it really fast in order to actually save time doing it.
Yeah. Once you manage to get across all those jumps and back onto the upper level, on top of the bricks, after all those hard jumps, the timer does get a reset. But you have to make it that entire distance.
Yes. So right here there's some very slow walking for the next 2 minutes, because there's this deep snow which we sadly don't have a way to walk faster in. If you know a way to walk faster in this deep snow, please do get in touch, because I would love to not have to wade through this. But if you have questions, this is the perfect time to ask, because I don't have much to do right now.
Yeah, there's not really much to do for a couple minutes here, so it's all just pseudo standard gameplay. Actually, no, it is all standard gameplay. What am I saying? Pseudo. It is actually all standard.
Yeah, there's some minor optimizations we do. There's also like one skip before. Oh my god, I actually got it. So that jump is frame perfect. It only saves like a second, because it saves you from having to walk that same distance. But it's pretty neat. It's like the only time save you can get in this area. Oh no, I didn't talk about that yet, Plastic Rainbow. Thank you for mentioning it. The reason why we lock the frame rate to 100 FPS is just fairness, because this game has some relatively high graphics requirements, and we decided that it's just more fair if we set an upper limit for the frame rate that is allowed, so everybody can run it, even if they don't have an absolutely beastly PC. And the reason why locking the frame rate is required is because some of the glitches we do in this game get easier, or some of the glitches are actually impossible at low frame rates. And this is just a means to make it more fair.
Sorry,
right here,
I was typing. I had to talk to people.
Right here, I actually got bad luck with the experience, but it's fine.
Have we figured out what causes that experience to stay?
No, we don't. We haven't. So right there, I got the Lightfoot skill. What that allows me is it allows me to roll like this after a jump, and it's by far the fastest way of movement in this game. So you'll be seeing me doing that a lot.
Yeah, chaining jumps together doesn't give you as much distance, and chaining rolls or scramble rolls together is also slower, because this the scramble is slow and it has a very long animation before you can actually do the roll.
Yeah, so what I'm actually doing here, I'm not doing jump and then a complete roll. I'm actually canceling the rolling animation halfway through with another jump, because only the first half of the rolling animation is fast. If you let the roll completely play out, which I'm not gonna do here, because then the bear will catch me and then I'll die. That's not good.
It's a very long animation if you wait too long and let the roll finish. Yeah. So pretty much you have until Lara's almost squatting on the ground to cancel it into another jump. And it looks really awkward, because she'll, like, her head will be rolling into the ground and then she'll jump, and it looks awkward.
Also, don't worry about the bear. He's fine. Lara just gave him a few love taps to show him that she really appreciates him.
So what the game intends you to do at this point is heal Lara and then go grab poison arrows, and then you have to go kill the guy or kill the bear in order to progress, and it takes a lot to kill the bear.
Yeah, but we don't like killing animals. We're very animal friendly over here. So what we do instead is we don't kill animals.
Yeah, instead we do a couple jumps and clips around the bear, and we're good.
Also here the game really wants me to pick up healing resources, but I actually don't need to, because the game will just give some to me if I get to this point. You can see it on the right now. If I get to this point without having picked up any of the healing resources, it'll just give them to me anyways, which is faster, so...
Because you're required to watch the cutscene when you pick up the cloth, and I guess because it's potential that the leaves didn't spawn in, they want to just guarantee an impossible soft lock. So
this is how we avoid killing the bear. We just clip up that rock, and then we go over here, and you can see it says Soviet installation on the screen right now. That means that I hit a low trigger over there. That's why I took a slight detour. Now I need to head back into this cave to hit another low trigger right here. There you go.
Brass, that pun is on. That's not okay. Oh my god. One interesting little tidbit. we found out the hard way that that bear is actually unkillable if you use any of the guns later in the game. It has to be killed by an arrow or a poison arrow. So actually,
Yeah. Also, don't worry. I just jumped out of bounds there. It's fine. The developers totally made sure that you can't possibly get out of bounds with just jumping.
Yeah, we were actually having a huge debate about whether this should be allowed in glitchless earlier.
Well, it wasn't huge, but yeah, we were debating whether that should be allowed because you don't actually use any glitch. I didn't actually use any glitches there. I literally just jumped a few times. The developers were just not taking enough care when placing death planes. Sorry, go ahead.
I say it was huge in that we were talking about it for more than 10 minutes.
Oh man, I wasn't fast enough. So yeah, you can roll through that pane of glass. It's fine. It's not actually there. It's just an illusion. And the same goes for this red gate over here. You just I was a bit off. There you go. We just roll through it.
You missed the first pistol shot.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I need to reload checkpoint again because otherwise the next trick won't work.
So yeah, for some reason with the high frame rate, you could just roll through objects.
Yeah. And right here, I actually don't roll through, but Lara really wants to grab ledges, and she wants to grab ledges even more badly than she wants to collide with things, so she just grabs that ledge through the wall. Ah, goddammit, Lara, don't do this.
Yeah, yes to Pal Knight. This game is coded. It's just, as you can tell, it's very poorly. This game is almost more broken than the first one, and they had chances to fix a bunch of the glitches from the first one.
Yeah, the glitches, like, almost all the glitches from the first game are still present in this game. And actually, even more glitches are present in this game, so it's quite useful for speedrunning.
And that's the only thing it's useful for, because in casual play, it's way too easy to activate a bunch of these glitches on accident.
It's not that bad. Like, most of the glitches aren't that prevalent. Like, especially what I'm doing right there, just clipping through the wall.
Yeah.
There's only a few spots where that works. We just look for all the spots.
That was the main one.
Oh
which
yeah,
gives you so many opportunities.
But you can't actually axe climb on most of the inbound surfaces. Axe climbing is kind of a thing that mostly only works on out-of-bounds surfaces, so...
There are a hell of a lot of inbound surfaces we found that it works on.
Alright.
Anyway.
So right there I just jumped into a load trigger, which got Lara caught, and now she's in prison. They also took all my items away, including my weapons.
Except for special arrows. You still, actually, I think at this point you have the special arrows, you just have no way to access them in the menu.
Yeah, but I didn't get any special arrows anyway, so because we skipped the bear earlier, I never learned how to make poison arrows, and that's kind of... I'll do that a few times. I'll just skip almost every bit of equipment that you're usually supposed to get in this game.
The only item you actually pick up is...
and then right here...
You pick up the backup wire spool. That's like the only equipment you actually...
Lara really doesn't like to be imprisoned, so what she usually does, she just uses the best bow she can find, and she just clips up out of her cell like that. So if you're ever imprisoned and you have to get out, that's how to do it. Now
you use a bow, you hold backwards while looking at a piece of wood.
Yes.
And then you can manage to get out of jail pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's even easier than the get out of jail free card. It's definitely the easiest trick in the game, and everybody should be able to get it first try.
You guys do this.
By the way, that getting out of that jail cell is like one of the hardest clips in the game. You just have to time a lot of button presses.
Yeah, I was trying to learn that the other day. It didn't go very well.
It's pretty stupid.
I don't know how long I was standing there trying to do that glitch.
I mean, I learned that. I probably practiced that for well over 10 hours. Not even kidding.
So this whole glitch that Lemon's doing, he managed to do a back scramble through double doors. So you have to pretty much clip through the first door, and then you have to clip through the second one too.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of
when you
awkward because you're still
Yeah.
inside the first door whilst you're trying to clip through the second. Also, right there, I clipped through a gap in the fence. Usually, you're supposed to go through that gap and then a bunch of enemies spawn, but if you just clip through, the enemies never spawn, which is really nice because then they don't try to kill me. I like not getting killed. Also, I'm aware that this is shots fired, but the theme of this speedrun is actually kind of to try to do as little shots firing as possible, because we just try to avoid all the fights if at all possible, because fighting enemies is slow.
We do 3 fights, don't we? 2 or 3?
Yeah.
We do that. Like that's how much actually gets done in this run. It's practically nothing.
We actually do 2 fights, and then there's some stealth kills that we also do, but I wouldn't really call that fighting. That's more being
terrible
stealthy.
fight and final fight. I just mean like those are the 2 fights in the game.
Yeah.
Then everything else is stealth kills or skip it.
Also, this bit right here is really entertaining. Casually,
This
what
is
you have to
more
do
or
is
less
you have
an
to
auto-scroller.
hold forward and shift. It's really important that you hold forward and shift here.
The fact is, when you get to Jacob here, again, this is more or less an auto-scroller. You just hold in a direction and jump sometimes, and it works. It's you're effectively playing Mario, but on a 3D.
Yeah, because everybody knows playing Mario is super easy. Yeah, this bit right here is just, you just wait. I usually make a point of taking a break while this is going on, but I won't do that right now.
Plastic Rainbow, we get guns later on, and we have the revolver pistol, so we technically do have shots to fire.
Yes.
We just don't need to, and we already fired 2 shots earlier in the game.
So, yeah, during this
We fired
escape.
3 shots because we fired the one in Syria.
Oh man.
New record.
During this escape sequence, I try to do as many rolls as possible because, as I stated earlier, they are fast, but they are also really risky to do here because you can't cancel rolls at every point during the roll, and they kind of lock your direction. So if you roll at the wrong point in the wrong direction, you'll just roll off
You'll fall to your
and
death.
die.
I did that on accident on my first 100% run. It didn't exactly go very well.
Yeah. So
yeah, since then I've been very careful not to do jump rolls in this section because I haven't really learned how they work yet.
okay. Now the screen will suddenly turn black for no apparent reason, or it. Oh, there we go. We don't know why that happens.
Yeah.
There's a point later in the game, which only happens in 100%. Like, we don't get to that point in any percent, but in 100% there's a point later where the screen will turn black like that, and then it never turns back, and you actually have to damage yourself in order to get rid of the black overlay, which is really annoying.
It's actually the campfire on the other side of this map and at the copper mill yard.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to go to the top of the mountain and then go into the gulag, and then you do the gulag stuff. And then you come back here and you have to make your way to the copper mill and then climb to the top.
Yeah, but the copper mill is really slow, so instead we just climb up this mountain a bit, jump a few times.
And then skywalk.
And then, yeah, we do this really interesting glitch, which might look a bit weird. Lara's actually in her falling animation right now, but it's still controllable. But don't worry, it's totally possible to fall. What? That is... So there's a bunch of death planes right there, but usually death planes don't kill you unless you're moving downwards, and I was clearly not moving downwards there, so I don't really know why I died there. That's unusual. But it's fine. I can just do it again.
That is really strange. All right.
But, come on, Lara.
Anyway, when you enter the copper mill, whenever you have this glitch, if you skip travel to the campfire in copper mill, for some reason the screen will turn black and stay black unless you can hit yourself. Actually, you can't hit yourself with a fire arrow, even though it does damage you.
Yeah, it's weird. It just really wants to stay black.
Or you walk on the campfire. I don't even actually know grenade arrows.
Man, the first attempt I did of this looked way better, but it's fine. I didn't die to a random death plane this time. So right now I'm actually in an area that you're only supposed to after like 80% of the game. And I'm gonna pick up the climbing arrows right now.
Oh yeah, you pick up end game tier items at
Also,
at
right now,
point.
because I never got my gear back in the prison, you can actually see that Lara doesn't have her pistol right now, so I'm gonna switch to a different pistol that actually exists. That's kind of useful, to have a pistol that actually exists.
Oh, that's why you switched to the Moon Shadow?
Yes, because the other pistol is just
I
straight
never
up
noticed.
gone. And then we just roll out of bounds there. We get onto this bridge, and I need to be careful here. There's a cutscene trigger to the right, but I don't want to hit it because it places me in bounds, and in bounds is really slow because in this area you're kind of supposed to walk behind Jacob. Also, this is really dark. I'm sorry.
As you walk behind Jacob, he opens deletes invisible walls.
Yeah, there's invisible walls in bounds in this area that are still present right now, so I have to stay out of bounds, otherwise I'll just get stuck between invisible walls. And those invisible walls usually disappear.
If you ever happen to clip in bounds during this, then you're actually screwed.
Well, you can reload checkpoint and try again, but yeah,
Well, yeah. But I mean, like, you can't progress.
Yeah.
Also, what Lemon did there at the beginning is, while we're out of bounds, we have to trigger the abandoned mines. We have to hit the abandoned mines loading trigger in order to get this area to even load properly. And so what we have to do is, while staying out of bounds, so we can do this run, you have to manage to get Lara's model in bounds enough that it will trigger, or that she'll collide with the loading trigger. And you'll get in abandoned mines. If you try to enter this area in the Soviet installation, it won't load. So
right here,
it can be
oh,
very
damn it,
hard.
I missed it.
That's by far my least favorite skip.
Okay, so this dude is being a nuisance right now. Oh, man. Yeah, so right now, right there, what I want to do is I want to preferably shoot the guy up top in the arm, because that one-shots him. But sadly, I wasn't able to do that properly. It's kind of like sometimes it's just nearly impossible to shoot him precisely because the camera just starts randomly shaking in this area because earthquakes.
Well, and they're blowing it up.
Oh yeah, it kind of makes it difficult to aim though.
Yeah, the camera shakes, but your reticle's still pointing in the exact same spot. So it can be tedious sometimes.
Anyways, handled that okay. I still all died.
If you can do it like he intended to, even though this guy has armor, if you shoot him at the right spot on his arm, it will instant kill him. One of the dudes will go inspect the wall where we shot the climbing arrow, and then then you shoot the guy in the back of because there's two guys there. You shoot the guy in the back with the pistol, and then the guy in the front will turn around, but he still won't notice you. And then you shoot him in the head.
Oh god, I might have to adjust the graphic settings here. I hope I won't. Oh god.
What's wrong? Oh, can you not do the upclip?
This will work. It's fine. So this clip really doesn't like to work if you're not at 100 FPS. Okay, it worked fine. It didn't take too long.
Oh yeah, we found out the hard way.
I upped the graphic settings to make this look a bit better, but that's, yeah, at the risk of some skips. I tried this before, so it's not like I just up there and then hope it worked. I tried this before, but that skip really doesn't like to work unless you're at 100 FPS. But it's fine, it worked after 3 attempts, that is pretty fast.
Yeah, we tried running that on my computer at one point when I was learning how to do any percent. It didn't really work because when I was aiming at the ground, I only had like 50 FPS, and so the skip was impossible, so I had to look at the ceiling. And then my angle was too high, so I couldn't actually make the upflip.
Yeah, so... Oh,
kind of problematic.
Lara, interact with the card, thank you. So yeah, by clipping up there, I actually skipped like 2/3 of this entire area. You're usually supposed to go over the area you can see on the left over there and do a bunch of stuff, fight enemies and everything, but that's slow and you don't really need to do it. It's enough if you, as long as you trigger this cutscene right here, the game will still think that you did all of that. So You can see this. The door in the distance is kind of broken open right now. You'll be able to see it again in a second.
Semi-broken.
Yeah, you can see it's definitely open right now, and it'll. But don't worry, it's not actually broken. See, it's actually intact. That's kind of a weird glitch that happens because we don't do that area properly, so the game gets confused.
I believe it does that because we don't destroy the other half of the door. And as a result, it gets confused as to why the door should be there, or if it should or shouldn't be, and so it defaults to having the door be there because that's the default state if the other one is not broken. It's really the only thing I can think of, but for some reason when you enter the cutscene, the door is still broken.
Yeah.
It's an odd visual glitch.
So right there, I went out of bounds, and now I'm actually entering a different map. Like this is a map transition right here, and because I'm entering the map without hitting the loading trigger properly, you can kind of see how everything is kind of not properly loaded right now. You can see everything is kind of low resolution textures, and you can look through the ground and there's nothing really here. Also, it'll start popping in and out of existence about now, in a bit. Yeah. As soon as I get, yeah, see that it starts. So I actually turned
Valley, so we have access to. Sorry.
Yes, I turned the camera here to make it, and there's a barrier right there, but it's not loaded right now, which is really useful because usually you're not supposed to be able to get over here.
And we're doing this so we have access to the Ridgeline Campfire, which is the top one in the area, and we use that so we can do another skip called Reverse Archives. Normally, what you're supposed to do is go into the lower part of Geothermal Valley. Get the fire arrows, fire off like a signal fire, making everyone freak out, like, oh my god, bad stuff's happening. And then you have to go to a place called the Acropolis, fight a bunch of guys, come back here, then you have access to the Ridgeline, and then you have to go, or no,
then you go into the cathedral. Then you go into the cathedral, and then you enter this
front.
Then you enter this area. But what I'm doing right now is I'm just going in through the. So this is technically the exit of this area, but it works fine.
It's called Reverse Archives.
It works fine as an entrance.
Yeah. If you ever want to get back into this area, this is the way to do it. At the end of the game, like, this is the intended way for you to get back inside. And you're just doing all these clips so easy.
Dude, I actually did some practice. Crazy.
Whoa, really? You practiced before a marathon? No way.
Oh man, I got the jump out of the water. So for some reason you can sometimes Lara will be able to jump out of the water there. I don't really know why. It doesn't.
She does saves like a lot of areas.
It saves like 2 seconds, but I have no clue how it happens.
I find it happens very consistently in the Pit of Judgment.
Well, yeah, but I don't go there in this round because optional areas and such.
So you're not supposed to be here until after you completely finish the archives, and you're supposed to slide out of that area down there. That he ran by before putting down that first climbing arrow.
Yeah, this door is kind of in the way. Usually you're supposed to blow this door up when you come back here, but the explosives that you're supposed to use for that aren't loaded in, so I have to clip through it.
Yeah, and we don't have grenade arrows. Yeah. Oh my god, that makes me wonder if grenade arrows would work.
And now we get to have fun with barrels. These barrels are really nice. So
barrels are always very useful.
The barrels on this side are actually always very cooperative. And you can see you can see me getting 150 XP about now on the left side. There we go. That means that the first barrel made it into the main pool of water in the middle. But
the experience comes really, really late.
Yeah, it only comes as soon as the barrel falls into the water, not before that.
Well, and it takes forever to go down that little waterfall.
Yeah. But the barrels on this side really like to not cooperate. So far they are, but the barrel might get launched now, so...
That's always awesome. I love watching that.
Oh, it didn't get launched! So the hell! Wow, these barrels are unusually cooperative. So yeah, usually this barrel right here just gets launched across this area, and it's still tethered to the rope most of the time, so it just swings very wildly. But sometimes it launches so hard that the rope snaps, and then you have to get another barrel, which is
I've never seen that happen before.
I've had the barrel literally got flung to the other side where you're supposed to get the other barrel.
Of the map.
Yeah, to all the way over there where the other barrel dispenser is.
The reasoning for that is it's really bad physics engine, and if the barrel ends up getting caught underneath the edge of that the platform where the catapult is or whatever it is, because it effectively acts like a catapult, then it'll cause issues.
Okay, so now we'll have to. I'll shoot this last barrel while standing next to the campfire, and now I'll do some weird stuff. So first off, I'm gonna pause here. Then I'll navigate through the campfire menu, which you can't see at the moment, but believe me, it's there. And now I'm actually in the quick travel menu, and now Lara's over here. And I can't move, and it just blacks out. And after about 15 seconds, Lara will die. Like that. That was Lara dying. And now I'm back at the campfire. So you might wonder what that actually achieved. What that did is that cutscene that we just watched is actually a trigger that causes the game to think that I progressed through further, and I need to activate that trigger. Also, as soon as I stood up from the campfire there, the quick travel that I activated earlier actually got activated. The game got really confused, and because I quick traveled during a cutscene, I didn't know what to do, so it remembered that it had to quick travel, but it kind of didn't execute the quick travel. So it executed it as soon as I stood up from the campfire again. Now I have to head over to the exit of the archives again. We just quick traveled out of them, but there's another loading trigger right here that I have to hit. But now everything is fine and loaded in.
Adis, nothing in this game is magic, and you know it. He said short explanation, magic. It's like, no way.
Yeah, it's kind of involved. I'll get some heals here. I like being able to heal during a marathon.
Oh yeah, you don't want to die.
Yeah, I don't want to spend 2 minutes on death run. That would not be fun.
It would be entertaining though.
Would it though?
I mean, for the viewers, yes. For you and me, probably not.
All right then.
I'm sure you would be exceedingly frustrated really quickly.
I don't get frustrated that quickly. Come on. It takes about that was like 30 minutes before I actually got frustrated, okay?
That was so entertaining. I wish I recorded that. Sorry guys, completely off topic. We were playing a Pokemon Emerald Randomizer last night, and his rival had a Shuppet and he had an Leemyy and had literally no way to hit it, so he had to struggle and he had to end it. It was a nightmare. It was so entertaining.
I had to waste like 100 PP without losing any health.
I'm sorry. That's completely unrelated to this run, but that's what I'm referencing.
Let's get back to the game. I may have gotten a bit tilted when that happened.
Just a little bit.
Fine though.
That was so. I'm sorry. That was really funny.
So right.
Yeah, LO, me neither. I've never heard Lemon that angry either.
So right now, Jonah got kind of taken. I mean, Lara just got reunited with Jonah, but she already got taken again. So now we have to go and save Jonah.
Trinity captured him when they broke into the. I think it was that second cutscene. He was captured by Trinity as they repelled in and captured him to try to force Lara to go somewhere. So now we have to follow their demands and go save Jonah.
Yeah. But we don't actually save Jonah in this speedrun because Jonah's kind of...
No?
No, we skip saving him.
After a terrible fight.
Well, not really. No, you get him out of the prison cell before that, and then he gets shot. So So what we do instead is we go out of bounds right here. This is literally the very first room of this map. Like, this is where this map starts. We go out of bounds here, and the camera is kind of doing weird stuff right now. That's because Lara is actually on top of this, whilst the camera was still stuck below. This is why I had to go over to that gap, in order to make sure that the camera and Lara kind of find back together. But now I'm on top of this cave, and
And now we can do probably the hardest visually looking glitch to reproduce in the game.
Well, it's not actually, this isn't actually super hard, but it's really hard to learn because, I mean...
That's what I mean.
Because
all the trees look exactly the same.
I think you can figure out for yourself why this might be hard to learn. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, as he runs through this, he knows exactly where he's supposed to go because he can judge the difference in trees, so of course it's very simple.
Yes, the trees actually look different, okay? It's fine. You just have to spend enough time looking at nearly identical looking trees, and eventually you'd get it.
No, you just follow the dead trees. That's the only answer.
Yeah. Right there I had to hit another loading trigger, which is why I had to take a small detour. You probably didn't really notice because, let's face it, who's gonna actually know where I am going right now?
Lemon, and I have a good idea where he's going. I just don't know this path completely yet, but I have a good idea.
So, right here I want to jump onto this roof. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's like all the gaps you can see here are actually gaps, so I have to be really careful. Oh, damn it. And there's an invisible wall right there that really likes to screw with me. So I have to jump right here to get through a small gap. But it's fine. Okay.
One thing to be wary of is in this area there are multiple death planes that you can accidentally run into while you're out of bounds. So yeah, you need to be careful not to collide with any of them.
Yeah, so right here I'll actually stop jumping and rolling because there's a lot of death planes around right about here, and if I jump right now I would actually hit a death plane, so let's not do that. But now I can start jump rolling again.
I don't even know why these death planes exist. You're not even supposed to be able to get to these areas.
No, you can actually get there if you jump from the right spots. Because that up there is actually inbounds, like what you can see over there. It's actually really close if you jump the right direction from the inbounds area.
Is that the really long segment where Lara goes down?
Yeah, but yeah, now I'm at the very end of this area. Sadly,
literally everything.
Sadly, the fight at the end of this area is required, and it can also cause the game to crash. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Also, I have amazing aim. Oh well, I actually managed to hit all of the guys. Yeah, this right here might cause the game to crash. I hope it will not, but
this is the first time I've ever heard of you having console game.
I killed all of them with one. That was the best it could have possibly gone. Wow, that was really nice. So I blew up all the enemies there, literally all of them, and the game didn't crash. That's always a plus.
I've actually never seen it crash for you guys before. And then a bunch of experience for being crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the things that's really nice about this game is if you find these elegant solutions to kill people, like crafting bombs, crafting Molotovs, blowing up gas cans, you get the crafty thing, which gives you a bunch of additional experience for free per enemy that dies.
I don't actually need the experience. I already got all the skill points that I'm going to use in this run. But
you're not doing glitches.
What I did for that fight is the reason why I headshot the first 3 enemies is because some of them were close to me, and one of them I just had to kill because otherwise the rest of the enemies don't spawn in. So you have to kill 3 enemies there in order to make the last few enemies drop in. So I had to kill 3 enemies, and after that I kind of baited them all over into one area, so they were all coming at me. I waited until they were all grouped up, and then I just threw the bomb to blow them all up at once. That is actually it's quite complicated to do that right. a lot of people have trouble with that the first time. Also, right here, there's badly placed invisible walls here. So what you can do is you just jump around a bit, and now I'm out of bounds.
There is a second skip you can do here that it puts you in the same area, or skip. Another out of bounds you can do a little further down, where you clip Lara's hitbox underneath some spears, and as a result, you can also clip her out of bounds into the same area.
Also, this next area isn't loaded in right now because the game, I didn't know that it had to load it yet, but it loaded in rather fast because I have this game on an SSD. It can take ages. If you have a slow hard drive and you stand there, it takes like 10 to 20 seconds until it loads in. Stupid. Okay, let's see how this goes. So right here, usually there's supposed to be an invisible wall right here where I just jumped. But if you never grab the ledge that is up top, for some reason the invisible wall doesn't appear. So it just allows us to go out of bounds like that.
And we called this trick aerodynamic.
Well, yeah. And now I have to do a really precise jump to hit a trigger and not die at the same time. Oh, I got it. There we go. So there's a death plane there and a trigger that I have to hit. And I also have to not accidentally go in bounds.
So what's supposed to happen in normal gameplay is that you go to the Acropolis, and for beating it, you get the wire spool item.
Ugh. Okay.
And which allows Lara to throw out her grapple axe and be an acrobat. So what we need, a problem is that is actually required to beat the game. So we can't really complete it without having access to the wire spools. So we found out this way that you can do in order to still get the wire spool late game, because we still need it.
For some reason, the trigger I hit there, it just gives the wire spool to you. I can actually show it, like, right now you can see Lara's throwing her axe with a rope attached. That's what I just got. It just gives it to you. We have no idea why it gives it to you, but it just does. So that's really useful, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to do the largest skip in the game.
Yep.
Right here, I have to clip up like this.
Oh, you're talking about which one are you talking about?
Reverse archives. You can't do reverse archives because that skips the wire spool.
Oh, you're saying, oh yeah, you weren't able to do that until you found out you got the wire spool from this. Got it.
Right now I wanna not quite go in bounds yet. So right there, you're supposed to be in the area down below the bridge I was on top of, but that bridge is just very conveniently placed, and it goes almost to the very end of that area. And then I just did a glitch to slide off of the bridge without taking any fall damage.
Yeah, it's called the melee slide. What you do is you aim at the last frame as you're doing a melee attack, and for some reason Lara's model will freeze, and she'll keep moving forward in the direction you were just going. And she will not take fall damage, but she will still collide with death planes. So you can use it to fall great distances without getting hurt. And if you're fast enough, if you switch weapons in the air, you actually get you get to jump in the air. So you effectively get a double jump.
Yes.
Which is what he used to get up there. And he did it once before, didn't really talk about it, but it's very useful. We can also use it so the part where he melee slid off the side and then jump to the side before doing that whole thing and getting up on that bridge, there's a track that you can melee slide across and completely avoid doing it. Tracks are awful.
Yeah, they are really slow. So right here, the game, you can see the gate in the distance that is lit up. The game kind of wants me to go over there, and then spoilers. Yeah, I know spoilers for things that are going to happen in 10 seconds, anyways. But the game's gonna shut in front of Lara, and then you have to go back over to the other side of this area, to the trebuchet you can see back there, and use the trebuchet to tear down the gate. But what the developers didn't think about is that well, they probably didn't know that you can clip through the gate, but you don't even need to clip through the gate. If you just kind of clip into the gate a bit, you can hit a checkpoint, and if you reload that checkpoint, you're on the other side of the gate. And now there's another gate back there, which I would basically have to do the same thing for, only this time it would be 2 trebuchets and it would take even longer, but instead I can just head over here, do another skywalk, and now I'm out of bounds again.
Ta-da! Magic!
Going out of bounds in this area is actually really cool, because like all the stuff you can see over on the side there, even though it's all out of bounds, like almost all of it has collision.
Oh, did you find out what those arrows are for?
No, I have no clue.
Those arrows are the hoops? That was so weird. So one time we were doing this, I was trying to do the safe strat for this, and I kind of just looked over to the side, and there's an arrow with 2 yellow rings around it, and then a rope. It's not like a shooting arrow like Lara has. It's just one of those generic arrows.
It's like a debug. It's like a debug pointer kind of thing.
And so we were gonna try to figure out what it was for, but
damn it.
I never figured. Oh, did you collide with the death plane?
Yes. Anyways,
you try doing the other way.
Why would I do it the other way? The death plane is like really rare. So right
really
there,
rare. I hit it every single time.
Yeah, because you can't do the strats properly. Okay. Excuses.
I do it like you tell me to.
Well, clearly you're not doing it right.
Yeah, that's 100% glitchless. That would be a nightmare. No way is anyone ever gonna do 100% glitchless. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, the 100% run for this game is like what?
It's 5 hours, 20 minutes, and 19 seconds on console.
Yeah, you can probably get it down to like 4.5 hours if you actually really work on it. On PC, that is.
Yeah, for sure. I know I can easily get sub 5 if I just work on doing the tricks, because I don't do many tricks in my run.
It'll still take over 4 hours.
Terrible fight and final fight, then I'll actually be able to get it down low.
Honestly, so let's try not to collide with the death plane this time.
His rip world record. He's already way over the world record time.
Well, that's real time. You can't compare that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time I didn't accidentally hit the death plane, so that's great. This is what it's supposed to look like. Have to sit down at that campfire in order to load in the next part of this area.
It's a little unfortunate. The way we get in here, we skip 1600 experience.
Well, you can just get it anyways. If you walk over to the side a bit, you still get the experience.
Oh, really?
Yep. But we don't need it, as I said. We don't need any more experience. We're all set. Most of the skills in this game aren't particularly useful. That's way too far ahead. Like, dude, that's a tier 3 skill. No way are you ever going to get to tier 3.
Yeah, you need 8 or 9 skill points right now. I mean, Death Cloud arrows are the most useful upgrade for any percent.
Oh yes, Death Cloud. Truly
Death
useful.
Cloud, actually, you don't have any special arrows.
Right now you can, right here you can kind of curve the grapple right there, and then you can land on these pillars.
This is called swag strat.
Shortcut to over here.
It's very hard.
Which skips about 25 seconds, so it doesn't even skip all that much, but
it skips a long climbing puzzle.
It's not a puzzle, it's just climbing.
I call it puzzle in the sense that like it can be difficult. Also, I love how that staircase, by the way, is supposed to be destroyed when you do the section normally, but because it's not, we just climb through textures because there's no reason for them to have collision.
Okay. Oh, what? Lara. For some reason, the camera sometimes just doesn't follow Lara there, so just kind of stayed behind and let Lara do her thing. Luckily, that doesn't really affect me.
Oh, in the climbing section, yeah. I also love how there was a brick floating in the air for a second.
There's all kinds of stuff floating in the air here, especially Deathless. You can see those guys up there. Yeah, they're all just T-posing, and that's not because I was glitching anything. That's just that normally happens in the game.
If you play through this game normally, it's actually that. Thanks, Zed, for calling me out. Okay. Oh, but Bunny, he's almost done. You know this.
Alright, Bunny. See ya.
No, she said finish. She has to go intense, so hurry up and finish.
Alright.
And it's
I'll
like,
try
you're
my
almost
best.
done with the game. You have death run, and then you're done, and then terrible fight or final fight, and then you're done. It's not like, well, that can take 10 minutes, I guess. In real time, like. Wow, Lemon, you made Bunny angry.
Is there a way
I
to
hope you're
make
ready for
Bunny
the
not
consequences.
angry? Is that even possible?
Wait, for what? A bunny to be angry?
I mean, is it possible for Bunny not to be upset?
She's not
Just
usually
kidding.
upset when she talks to me. I guess it's all just you then.
Wow, rude. Right
No,
here,
the
there's
rude thing is the fact that you always make her angry.
right here. There's a lot of enemies, but I really don't have ammo to fight them, and fighting them is slow anyway. So I just kind of try to run past all of them without getting killed.
Well, I mean, the Deathless are already fighting against the Trinity soldiers. so
Only
you don't gotta
during
worry
the
about
first
them.
part. Only
Yeah,
during
and
the
then the
first
second part is all Trinity soldiers because all the Deathless get killed.
And all right here, I have to do some climbing whilst they are shooting at me, which is a bit dodgy. But it's fine.
Especially considering you have to heal while you're doing that.
Yeah, you have to heal whilst running, and you can only heal while you're running. You can't heal while you're jumping or rolling, which kind of means that I have to go against my instincts, because usually I always want to jump and roll everywhere, but I can't heal while
Wait,
doing
how did
that.
you enter that cutscene?
That's a skip. We've done that for a while, dude.
I guess I just haven't been paying attention. How did you guys get to that section?
Right here, this fight is actually completely deterministic, so I hope I won't mess it up. Okay, that arrow just didn't explode. That's pretty useful.
So
Just
one
wait
of
for
the
this
things
guy
we
to
found
spawn in.
out is that in every phase he has a health bar, and you can damage him with grenade arrows.
That
Constantine
comes in a while, dude.
Well,
oh.
you can do it during phase 2. That's all I'm saying. Is that you can do it.
I'm
Didn't explode,
messing up right
by the
now.
way.
It's
Didn't explode
fine.
'cause you missed
There's
the
only 2
bricks.
enemies left, so I can just run away. So right here, as long as there's only 2 enemies left, the game will fade out. But apparently the game doesn't consider only 2 enemies left right now. Kind of a bummer. There is only 2 enemies. Oh my god, this enemy needs to back off.
No,
Usually
there
I
were
don't
3.
have
There was
this.
an arrow guy behind you.
Usually I don't have this hard of a time to... Dude, don't... Oh my god. That was terrible.
Wow.
Don't give me shit, you can't do this either. Yeah, usually I should be able to do this. Hey, plus side, I'm gonna get to show it off properly now. I'm gonna blame that one explosive arrow that didn't explode.
The only reason it didn't explode is because you barely missed the bricks. I was watching.
Okay, so
Has to
now
redo this.
now it's actually gonna fade out properly and spawn the helicopter.
This is definitely a dead world record run.
It was dead before that, but
We had faith in you.
all right. Thanks for that, I guess.
You're welcome.
Oh man, the
So-
helicopter's being a dick as well.
So in these helicopter sections, if you hit him with 5 grenade arrows, he will like die, and you'll run his health bar out. What we're supposed to do is, of course, shoot the trebuchet.
Oh my
fire,
god, he's being such an asshole right now.
But you can destroy the helicopter with grenade arrows.
Can you
It is-
stop moving, maybe? I need to
on all the
hit you.
faces.
Also, can you maybe get another fireball already? Dude, if this helicopter moves again, thank you. Usually there's
Oh my
a
God.
way quicker way to kill that helicopter, but you just, it's impossible to hit it when it moves. So right there the helicopter just didn't stop moving, so I had no choice but to just
It'd probably be better in
wait.
this whole run if you just shot it with grenade arrows in this section.
No,
Rather than
that's
with trebuchet
way
again.
too risky, dude.
I remember. I also love the logic behind the fact that you can explode a fireball with one pistol shot. The logic behind that is incredibly sound.
Okay, so that's the second phase. Right here, there's a quick kill that I gonna attempt. Now we come back to what Genesis was talking about earlier with the explosive arrows. Right here, if I do it just right, I can actually manipulate the chopper to move in a certain way, which will allow me to quick kill it. Not sure if I did it right. No, I didn't. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, the helicopter didn't cooperate there, and then it just flew overhead and killed me. It likes to do that. I may be able to still get it here, but... I'll try to... Oh wow, it's being a dick. Okay! Explosive arrow is just not cooperating. Okay, I guess I won't do the quick kill then. Helicopter being really uncooperative right now. This helicopter usually it's being way more cooperative than this. Okay, I can't see it right now, so I can't see if it's moving or not, so I can't know whether I can hit it. That's great. Okay, I can hit it.
So yeah, the quick kill is shooting this thing with 5 grenade arrows. They will instantly kill it if you hit it with 5. And
yeah, they will instantly cause it to crash like that. And then right here, I'll bait these enemies over here.
Arrows work, but they do.
All right.
Don't have poison arrows.
Took those
Make
arrows.
this section easy.
Well, it was still easy. If you do that fight right, I actually did it right there, then you can take them out quite easily. And right here, I have to juke Constantine. Oh, that was a bit bad. If you do it right, he'll just turn around like that. And now I'll have to juke him again. This second one is kind of iffy. So what I have to do is I have to pick up this can and throw it behind him. And yeah, if I do it right, he'll turn around like this, because obviously that's where Lara is, where that can just landed. And then you can just kill him.
When you did that first kill on Constantine, one of the bricks just kind of went along the ground in front of you. You're going to have to go back and look at that. That was awkward.
And now I'll shoot Constantine, and because Constantine takes ages to die, I'll just reload checkpoint, because that's slow. And also time is coming up. As soon as I get to the top of these stairs, I'll call it.
Once you enter through the door and the cutscene starts, that's when the timer ends.
The time is in
for
3,
any percent,
2,
not for 100%.
Time. There we go. Oh, that was...
That seems like it was harder than it should have been.
What do you mean, harder than it should have been?
You kept making mistakes.
I didn't... Dude! Stop trash talking me. You mean I didn't get world record? Oh man. Tough luck. That went pretty well. I don't know what Genesis is talking about.
Wow, Zephyr, that's... I don't have a response to that.
Oh my god. Indeed, a very normal reaction. But yeah, that was Rise of the Tomb Raider for you.
That was Rise of the Tomb Raider 80%.
Yes. Oh, went pretty well. So I hope you enjoyed it, and
oh my god, Adis.
I guess the next round will be coming up, unless you still want, unless there's still more time and you want me to show something off. I don't know whether there's time for that or that's not wanted. I can definitely show off some glitches if you want to.
Don't forget, Akruzel, you sneezed on the delay of me sneezing. Oh, you got 10 minutes.
Okay, nice. I guess I'll skip the credits. Yes, they are called credits. I'll skip them and
yeah,
I'll show off something. So first thing, it'll take some climbing to get there, but it's really worth it. So Oh god, I have
Which
to
trick are you
remember
showing
which is the correct percentage. I think this is the right save
Which
for
trick
that.
are you gonna show off?
The large airwalk. And this is. So
Have
this
I seen this?
I don't have a save that's right there. This is one of my practice saves, but this is really close by. It'll be a minute before I get there, but it's not long, and it's worth it. Believe me, it's. Oh wow, I didn't get the skip. Oh yeah, there's some more guys T-posing down there. And yes, this is normal. There's also guys T-posing, you can see at the top of the screen. Yeah, on that other wall, there's more guys T-posing. And that's not because of glitches, they are just there T-posing, that's normal. Some more guys T-posing up there, as we pointed out earlier.
All the T-poses.
Yes, they just really like T-posing deathless in the front. Okay, I'm nearly there. I don't know the timing for this, so I might mess this up the first time, but it's good. So I have to go over here, get this checkpoint right here, and now I'll quit to the main menu. And load, and now I have to count the animation. 2, 3, 4, I think it's at 9,
you can do here.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god, I got it. Okay. So right here you can also do an airwalk, and this one is actually much more impressive than the other one because we actually airwalk for a long distance. Sadly, this isn't yet used in any percent, but I'm looking into it. I'm looking into this. So this might become part of any percent eventually. I have to aim during this entire part because if I don't, you can see the camera will kind of snap back to where Lara started this glitch. So right now, I kind of have to hug some of the walls here in order to gain height and stuff like that. I can walk over here.
Whoa.
I can walk up here with the camera zoomed out. And now I get over here and just kind of walk along. Don't worry, there's no ground beneath me, but that's fine.
It's magic.
This actually shows off the airwalking glitch way better. Also, you can explore this entire area like this. Like, you can walk all over the places if you use this glitch. Now I have to get up here. Okay, I had enough height. Yeah, you can see this isn't quite loaded properly. It'll load in a sec. There we go. Now I have to clip up here.
This is the only real true airwalk in the game.
This is definitely the longest airwalk in the game.
Well, no, I say it's the only true one because it's the only time you're actually walking on air.
Well, the other one, you're also kind of... Well, I guess
You
for the other one,
roll.
you're technically rolling on air, but that's the same difference.
Exactly. That's my point. You're not
Okay.
walking.
Oh,
Rolling.
now I reached the end. And yeah... This is, for reference, if I sit down at the campfire, you can see where I am. So now everything loaded in, and you can see that's where the final fight took place. So this brings you right in front of the final fight.
Oh, you make it to Final Precipice?
Yeah, but the reason why it's not yet part of the run is because if I go into my weapons, you can see that Lara's bow is actually gone right now. So
Why?
Because
Because
reasons.
supposed to have the pistol.
No, when you start that climbing section, the game takes your bow away because I think they did it for aesthetic purposes, so it's not on her back or something like that. But yeah, we can use this bow instead, but this bow is actually a DLC bow, so we first have to decide whether we're going to allow another DLC to be part of the speedrun. But it's not an expensive DLC, so we're probably going to allow it in.
Which DLC is White Widow a part of?
I don't remember. Also, we'll actually have to improve the routing for this because as it stands right now, it's barely gonna save any time. But yeah, that was a really interesting one. What else is there? Can you think of something that's pretty good? I guess I can show off the fire tower, the tower thing.
I think
Oh.
what else can we do? You could
should-
also
Should have saves for that. Geothermal Valley. This one should be right. There's two things I can show off right here. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna show off. You know the thing that I was experimenting around with yesterday, where I got to the second bonfire. I think I'll show that.
Acropolis?
That's quite nice. This is okay. This
The
is
one
not where I meant to go.
pre-Acropolis?
Sorry, I loaded the wrong save. Oh. Do the other
Do
thing.
you mean the one? Do you mean the one pre-Acropolis?
Yeah, I have a lot of saves. I sometimes mix them up.
Sometimes.
Geothermal Valley. This is the right one.
I don't actually know which DLC White Widow comes from.
The ledge warp. I did the ledge warp on the run, Zed. I'll also have to walk over to this other place, but yeah, you can see that tower in the distance. I'm gonna get up that tower, but not the intended way. Oh god. Okay, I didn't fall and die. It's fine.
You didn't? Unfortunate.
Hey. Hey, I don't need your sass, okay?
But it's so much fun.
Oh man, I'm too far to the right.
Trinity wird bald hier sein.
Let's just get up here. Avoid this slow walking trigger by climbing around it. Alright, nearly there.
It's a long walk. Because this is pretty much what you're supposed to do in Geothermal Valley. Is you're supposed to come down here.
So usually what you're supposed to do is you shoot a rope arrow over there and then you climb around and around and around this tower. You get up there.
You said that like 3 times.
That's yeah, it takes quite a long time and it's super annoying. So instead what you can do is you can just wall jump and wall jump. Get up. Oh god damn it. And
One of the things you found, I thought, was that this section was only, if you did it optimally, it was only about 10 or 15 seconds faster than scaling the whole tower.
it's faster, that's all that matters.
Actually, it wasn't even 10 or 15. It was less than that.
It's probably, oh my god. This doesn't like me right now. It's like getting up here isn't the easiest thing in the world. But
You made it look easy yesterday.
right here you can connect this rope. Usually you're supposed to use this rope to slide down from up there, but you can also use it the other way. Now I just slowly climb this rope.
I'm sorry, I was non-feisty today, Letherus.
Oh, no, Lara, don't you
Yeah,
don't you
it
fall.
only came from the fact that I woke up. I actually woke up
Okay,
at like
oh.
8 o'clock.
Okay, messed that up a bit, but anyways, when you do that correct, I'm not gonna do it again because it takes quite a while. I'd rather show
did
off
you
something
die?
else. Yeah, I didn't. As I said, that's a skip that we're not using at the moment. So for most of the skips that we don't use, you can expect that I'm not quite as good at them because I don't practice them nearly as much. But yeah, you can. I basically had it there. You all you have to do after you land where I landed and then fell is you just have to jump inside of the tower and then that's it.
Yeah. So that skip doesn't save a lot of time, and it is very hard to do.
You need to
And
stop
make
downplaying my skips, dude. How is
No,
anyone
I'm not.
How is anyone
I'm not
gonna be
down-
impressed by that?
I'm not. That's a hard skip to do.
Just
But I'm saying that, like, if the run ends up getting a lot more optimized, that may end up being necessary. Don't
so
forget, we're back-
yeah, right here there's also a wall that's not actually a wall. So you literally all you have to do is just right
Oh, you're
here.
gonna show
All
me
you have to do to
yesterday.
get out of bounds here, you just land and jump again, and then you're out of bounds. But you need.
You're gonna show
Oh
me
god,
that
and
yesterday?
then you fall. Falling is not part of the skip.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Falling is not part of it. Also, I didn't get a save point further up. That's annoying. Sometimes the game just likes to not give you checkpoints. It's annoying.
Sind in den Katakomben der Akropolis sicher. Ich gehe dorthin, sobald hier alles vorbereitet ist.
Oh, nice fall.
Unser Volk ist weit über das Tal verstreut. Wenn Sie das Signalfeuer entzünden,
Okay, so you only have a little bit more time limit.
Was ich kann.
Okay, yeah.
Feuer brennt.
How much approximately? Oh, I went too far.
He said in a little bit. So
Okay, I'll show off this thing and then I'll stop. This is kind of open-ended anyways, so
he found out about it yesterday,
yeah.
and he was messing around with it for a
we
while.
knew- we-
and
we
he
knew about-
accidentally.
About this bit, we knew about this for ages. What I'm doing right now, we knew about this for ages, but I found an interesting way to go from here on.
I wonder if
This
it's
bit
actually going to end up being faster to do.
This actually
than
used to be
getting a
part of
shortcut.
any percent, like going over here and then dropping down over there. That used to be part of any percent. I'll have to line this up. I haven't done this a lot, so I'll need to. So what I need to do here is, melee slide down here, jump over here. Oh god,
Anyway.
I did the jump too early. That's unfortunate.
Well, then I guess you can't show it off.
Yeah, it's. I guess you can always cut me off if you want. It'll take another 2 minutes. If I don't have more, if I don't have another 2 minutes, I'll just say goodbye and that's it.
Dieser Wolken weit über das Tal verstreut. Wenn Sie das Signalfeuer entzünden, wissen Sie, dass Gefahr droht.
Ich tue, was ich kann.
Sobald das Feuer brennt,
It just takes time to get there.
tun ist.
Oh god. If only it didn't take
Keep
so
in
long to
mind,
get
these
there.
aren't textures we're supposed to see. We're not supposed to see it. Oh, okay, he gives you one more attempt.
Okay. I hope I won't disappoint you then. Okay, I was slightly too far to the right there, so I think this angle should work better. Alright, let's see it then. Oh man, I was too far to the right again. Yesterday I didn't ever fail this drop, so I didn't think that I would have this much trouble with it. That's a shame. I don't think there's anything else that I can show off quickly. So
you failed
basically,
again?
where that would have led, it's not actually that useful for any
That's a
for any skip we do, but you can just kind of climb out of bounds there, and there's a huge area. Does that mean you give me another one or what? Or does that mean I should stop? GG. Oh man, I'm doing this wrong. It's fine. Don't worry, you didn't miss too much. It's just interesting out of bounds stuff.
Die Kinder,
It's fine.
die so alt zum Kämpfen sind, sind in den Katakomben der Akropolis sicher. Ich gehe dorthin, sobald hier alles
Okay. Goodbye everyone then. I hope you enjoyed
Later.
this
zu schlagen.
Later, buddy.
and enjoy Super Metroid.
Sie werden uns schnell und hart treffen und uns Verluste zufügen. Sie hoffen, uns beim ersten